You have no presentation, I'll go over here.
Yeah. So, well, if we go back to some years, it was 2019, I think, we started the project of the Danish test and the resource center for small wind turbines, which is basically an updated version of our test build here. As part of the project, there was also dissemination, and that's how this conference series was built. Now the project is over, the test center is there, and the conferences are continuing. So this is where all it originates. We didn't manage to go there today because of time limitations, but it's actually quite close to Osteril. And here you can see the free spots that we have available. And yeah, just
in the meantime, I can supply something. Now the next slides on working with SMEs. It's not only addressing wind. It is addressing all kinds of renewables, PV, battery systems, control systems that have to link these new technologies into getting the energy into hot water or whatever low technology you choose to work together with. So we are a center that addresses all kinds of, especially SMEs, because the big guys get enough support from anywhere else. But a lot of SMEs are often lacking places to turn to without being met with a bill first. So that's the advantage of being in the state program, that you can allow a certain time consumption without addressing a bill first of all.
Yeah, so then we are independent. So what you test here, it's can work and it cannot. It's not going to be on the paper, it works and that's it. So that
and if needed, then we bring in professionals like we have a Bureau Veritas and use their accreditation, because it's too expensive for us to keep all of the accreditation, especially. So there we just bring in people from outside, and then we do all the work. Take all the readings and go through them with Bureau Veritas, and then they're okay, it's approved. Instead of they're here for 3 months, then we know the bill, how big that will be. So,
and it's not only wind turbines as a whole; it's also specific components. So we have tested specific blades, specific other components. So we are quite flexible in that. And well, those of you who are here, they already know where we are. Otherwise, we are in the northwest part of Denmark, in this part of Folkecenter, the test center for small wind. And we are in a very windy location, so that facilitates things. But it's also, the reason for testing is also related to the better reputation that you get in the industry. Because if we were discussing it yesterday, if someone goes online and gets a wind turbine, yes, it's cheap, you get it and then it breaks. It doesn't work. Why should I get another one? So trying to promote good products, trying to promote things that are tested, that have a record of performance, so that the whole industry can benefit out of that. And then it depends where you are in your development stage as a developer, because we all know when you develop something, it's a circle. It works, then you go back to the drawing board, then there is something to fix. I mean, how many kilometers did you do, Otto, when you came with us?
So, but also, as he describes with the type of blades we have gone through and all that, the process and all that, it is also to keep costs low, so learning by doing. But and at the same time, we meet all kinds of customers. Like I often say, they vary from people being able to lift in money from unemployment program, when they show up with the old PMD motor from a washing machine, and now I want to become a wind turbine manufacturer, until the very end, when you have a product like Ulrich, which is a truly tested turbine, but he needs a certification for a different market, and therefore you need to go into testing again. So you see both ends of the scale in working with customers.
Yeah, and then because of that, we are also offering different services. So if you say, I want to keep it as cheap as possible, I do things myself, I just need a place, that's a possibility. if afterwards you realize, I might need help to develop this part here, or I'm not sure how to take care of this part. So then you build up on that and it's on an agreement. So it goes from just renting the test space to market analysis, website development, and whatever we can offer.
Yeah, and then if that turns out to be too expensive for the customers, then we're friends anyway. We just take down the shit and then pack up and move home. And so it is, because you don't know where you end up when you begin sometimes.
But now you have experienced a little bit of wind here, but that, as I told to some of you, that's not windy day. So things can go really rough. You can see in our garden, things got falling apart. But that means also that we can test for strength, but we can test also for long-term testing. As Otto was saying, you need to find a place where you need a certain speed for a certain amount of hours per year. So here we have 5.8 meters per second average on a 10-meter height.
Yeah, because again, it is depending on what wind class you're chasing, because the higher your wind class is, the more hours or the higher wind you have to find in each bin when you collect all the wind data, and you'll always, in wind class 1 or 2, you'll always be lacking bins in the high end, and they are very, very costly, and it increases the time to market a great deal. So but a wind class 2 we can do within a reasonable time. But very often the small wind is only applying for wind class 3 anyway, so it's not a problem.
And then, as I said, we have 2 locations. One is just outside here, and one is 40 kilometers north, so next to Osterud. And these 2 have both laminar and turbulent flow, so you can try both. And the plus and minus on that, it's that when you test here, you're closer to the workshop. So, and you're closer to an accommodation, you're closer to something. While up there, it's an open field. So if you have a product which is ready, which doesn't need much, it just needs to be certified maybe, well, that's a good place. But if you're not entirely sure about your design and you need to visit the workshop often, then here it's a much better option for that. And then we are on both test sites, we are logging the data on a 1 second interval. And these data are available for institutions, for education institutions for free. We anonymize the data, so that's for you to take it with your students and run simulations and whatever on real data. And that's a big difference compared to the big test center for wind turbines, because those data you don't have so easy access to. In this case, it's just drop us a mail. We are an education institution. We would like to do this. Then you get access. That's it.
Yeah, and not only turbine data, it could just be wind data between 2 different weather masts, and then calculate the speed, how fast it travels from one mast to another mast, and things like that. So it doesn't have to necessarily be turbine data, because if it's turbine data, then we would normally anonymize them, and then you can't see what product it is. Yeah, there is some. So that,
yeah. So then that's
but
basically.
if you go back to the one with the good ideas, what we would like is to create a trust towards university to use centers like us even more, because when they invent something today, it's all invented for big offshore. But when they have asked vessels what it costs to stop an offshore wind turbine to play with that offshore, then they're ready to do some scale up testing instead of working with megawatt wind, and that's what we're trying to. That's our niche, to see if we can find to use the turbines we have. We have used them so far with Lund University and Aalborg University to do some revolutionary development within big wind on small wind in small scale as mock-up. So, and then we can see a business going forward.
And yeah, our team, it's basically Anka and Tonny working.
Yeah, and Daniel and Vanilla and who else? If it's a marketing, issue you have and you need help for, then Pernille and Daniela is very much in play.
Yeah.
Or help to organize an event or something like that, whatever.
So basically, there is flexibility. Now it's up to you. If you want to test, then just get in contact with Tonny, and then can discuss all the details. And what we can see actually from this series of conferences is that we get contacted also by some of previous speakers that have developed a certain product, and now they are at a point in which, well, they are looking for a place where to test, and where should we do it? Well, they Google, and then they find us. They remember about the presentation they gave some time ago, and they say, okay, maybe we can discuss it. So let's hope we can have more and more on the team on that.
Yeah.
Any question? No. It's also after lunch for us, so I guess maybe a tough challenge.